Hello friends, this is Cara-Renee with B.Reborn Art and Healing, coming to you with a new project. I had mentioned in a previous video that I needed to find something to kind of mix it up in this season. I'm getting to the end of the journals that we've been working on. I still need to do quite a bit more ephemera for the Romance in Paris journal, I believe. Not sure yet, but I am going to be working on the Christmas journal and a flip-flop journal, which is what you see here. So we're going to be doing the construction of the flip-flop journal in today's video. I'm not using envelopes to construct it. We're going to be using the digitals. Now, I happen to have 8.5 by 14, so legal size 65-pound paper. So that's what I'm going to be using because I don't want to use envelopes, but I want a sturdy paper to make the base out of, and that will make more sense here in a second. I've got my cutter and scorer here when we need it. I also have my scissors, my Bearly Arts glue, Fabri-Tac, and Vintage Photo Archival ink. So I'm going to move those out of the way for the moment. And this is what we're going to be making. So I did use one envelope because typically on a flip-flop, your top piece is always smaller than the base. So I have already done that. We'll make a pocket out of that dealio as we do this. I'm going to be making two of them. I'm going to be working in both the journals. They're going to be very, very similar, but I thought I'm already creating it. Why not just go ahead and make two since I've already got this started. So basically it's an accordion fold kind of thing. So when you look at it on this side, you have two peaks, okay? And then on this side you have three, we have three peaks on this side and two valleys. So when we're done, we'll have a signature here, and then when you flip it over, we'll have a signature here and here. So it should be 5 signatures when we're done. The signatures are going to be very small, probably about 4 pages in each, because I don't want to bulk up the journal too much. But I am loving this so far. Now, there's a couple things you could do if you wanted to change it up. You could round your corners, which you'd want to kind of do that as you go along. I'm not going to do it on, well, we might do it on the... Nope, I don't think we're going to round the corners. We're just going to keep it nice and square this time around. So our first step is going to be to put our papers together. Now, before I show you that, I'm going to reach and grab three of my 65-pound letter size paper so I can show you how you could use that size as well. So I've got 3 papers here. I don't know how much I'll need because you can see that the legal size is, significantly larger if you look at it like this. So you've got, a good, what is it? 11. So, 8.5 by 14, and usually, so this is about a 3-inch difference. But I will show you how you can do it with the standard paper, legal or letter size paper. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to take your first piece of paper and we're going to glue, we're going to overlap this one by half of an inch. So I'm just going to get my white glue here, my Bearly Arts, and I'm going to go ahead and just estimate, come in about that far, go all the way down, and then fill that area in, okay? I'm going to show you both ways. I want to do it with the legal size paper, but I want to show you that you don't have to do that, okay? So I want to make sure that that's nice and even. It is, so that's good. And then we're going to go ahead and put this one on because I don't know how much of it we'll need because I had extra on the 8.5 by 14, the legal size. So we're going to see what this is going to do. Just showing you with the white paper just so you can see. When my printer prints, I have to cut the borders off, so my paper is never truly, my images are never truly 8.5 by 11. So you want to keep that in mind as well. Does not matter what size you make it. Okay, so there we go. So then what you're going to do, I'm going to kind of go by my prototype, or my prototype here. Let me dig it out here. Where did you go? Where did you go? So we're going to go with about the same width, which is, boy, I am ill prepared, is about 4 1/4. So it's a good size. So we're going to move my mouse so I don't accidentally stop the video, and move that on over, and we're going to go ahead and make a mark at 4 1/4 inches. I'll grab the pencil as well. Okay, so we're going to go 4 1/4. Okay, now you can do this without a scoreboard. When I was just playing around, I didn't use a scoreboard, but for the sake of the video, we will go ahead and do that. So, boy, this is long. You could make it, and you can make it have as many flips and flops and, you know, hills and valleys as you want. It's up to you. So I'm just gonna score that on that mark. Okay. And then let's go ahead and make our other marks as well, instead of going back and forth. So 4 1/4. Okay, so we're going to be bridging that fold here, which is good. It makes it stronger. 4 1/4. Four and a quarter, and probably only one more. Oh, that's going to be way close. It's barely over that edge, but that's okay. We'll work with it. Okay, so let's go ahead and start the scoring and folding, and then we can just decide how much of this we can cut off. And then we'll go to the real project. It's good to kind of get your feet wet with this and see what's working, what you can use. So there we go. There's that mark. Goodness gracious, come on. Goodness gracious, great balls of fire. We're having a long weekend here with the United States Veterans Holiday. Oops, don't do that, Cara-Renee. We do not want to cut it. So my husband and I have a 3-day weekend together, which has been nice. It's been really quiet. And, oh no, that's our that's our connector. Hopefully I did this right. Hopefully I did this right. It's looking a little bit weird, but it's okay. As long as I got all the measurements the same, scoring at the same point, we should be golden. But I think that's an overlap. Whoops, no cutting, Cara-Renee. No cutting, scoring. Yeah, I think that's going over the double bit there, but that's okay. Let's see what happens. So then you're going to just accordion fold this. So I'm going to flip this. Okay, it's very long. I'm going to flip it up like that. Oh, it's too far out. What? Okay, so we're going to go to our real project. I don't know what happened there. That was longer. I probably just wrote something down wrong. Did this wrong. 4 inches. What? The first one I did 4, and then the next ones I did 4 1/4. So, but you get my drift. So it's going to go like this, and then it's going to go like this, and then it's going to go like this, which this would actually work too. It's not broken. It's just not going to be even on all the edges. So, but again, it's not a super big deal either, even in that regard. So you'd kind of go like that, and then you'd have your flip-flops. So this is way bigger than we need, but that's what you're going for, is you're basically just going for a accordion fold. I'm hoping that was clearer than mud. That was not my best moment, so my apologies. So now this is paper that I purchased separate from the digitals that I'll be using, but I will link everything in the description box down below. So we're going to go ahead and start with gluing our first 2 together. So same thing, we're going to just go about 1/2 inch. Again, it's not an exact science, it doesn't really matter. And we're going to be more careful when we do our folds. That was crazy. Hopefully it gave you the idea of what we're talking about though. So this will just be part one. We're going to construct it, and then we're going to maybe put some flaps on, or some flippy things, and maybe a couple pockets, and then we'll come back in video 2 and proceed. So I'm just going to the edge of that glue line, and I'm making sure that I am even top and bottom, like that. Okay. Oh, looks really good. Okay. And then we're going to go ahead and put the third one on. Again, I don't think we need it, but I'm going to go ahead and put it on. Well, let's see. Let's start our folding first, and then we'll add that one on if we need to. Oh boy, oh boy. So I've got my scoreboard out again, and I'm going to stick this in here, and we're going to score at 4 1/4. Okay. Sometimes my marking with pencil gets me in a pickle too, so that might have been my problem. So no cutting, score. I think what I did before is I didn't measure each one. I just did that first one, and then I folded it. I'm having trouble with my body today. So there we go. And then what I did is I put it up, and I apologize for the flipping. This is a long piece of paper. So then I went up to this edge, and I just scored right next to it. Okay. So I'm just going to score right there, and I'm just going to flip that so it's out of the way. Do my second score line. Okay. Was probably way too many runs with that. Okay, pull it back out. Just give that a gentle crease, and then go back in. Get it to where you want it. Move that bit, and then you're good. Don't cut it, Renee. Just score it. If it gets a little off, it's not a huge deal. I think we only need 2 papers now that I'm thinking about it. Now, of course, you could do a genuine, you know, flip-flop journal with envelopes if you wanted to. I just don't have skinny envelopes, so I sent a lot of my envelopes to Yvonne in the Netherlands when I sent her journal, so I don't have a lot of junk mail, and they tend to be cut off. They don't have flaps, so oh, don't cut, Cara-Renee. I haven't figured out which way I want that to be so that I don't do that, but there we go. Okay, so there we go, and you're just, again, accordion folding that, and like so. So let's see how many peaks and valleys, and you can see it's not exact, but it is good enough. Okay, so I think we've got our 3 and our 2. Yeah, that's perfect. So now we can just even this up. So we don't need this excess here. So I'm going to bring my cutter back over and going to cut off that extra. So I'm just going to line it up there, and then I'm just going to move this out of the way so that I can shave that a little bit off. Okay. There we go. That is the construction right there. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Okay, so now if you were using paper that was directional or had an image, you'd want to make sure that you had it going the right direction, and that as you work through your journal, that everything is going the right direction. But this is why I chose this paper, was so that it would I wouldn't have to think about it. Okay. So much in terms of the base. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to put an envelope on. So I picked this image. Now obviously this envelope is too wide because our journal, our sections are 4 1/4 inches, right? Let's make sure. Yes, 4 1/4. So we want our envelope to be less than 4 1/4. So I'm just going to take an envelope. This measures about a little over 5 1/4 by 7 1/4. So we're going to take this down to probably 3 3/4 inches. Okay, like so. Just cut that bottom off. And then we're going to cover this with some paper. So, and then we're going to glue it on. So I'm probably going to need to grab some other paper from over here, but I'll get to that. So obviously this image is too big now because I really cut that envelope down, and I just want the main bit of it. I want the chair primarily, and I'd rather have the stuff at the top. So I'm going to go ahead and just put glue on the base here. And I'm just going to go ahead and, yeah, I do want to kind of get the middle part of the image. So I'm going to just set this down and take the chance, and I'm going to turn it over. And, oh, wow, look at that. Almost completely straight. Beautiful. Okay. This is my way of doing this. I like to just cut around it manually rather than measure. So I'm just going to just trim that off, being careful not to open the side of my envelope, which I'm getting close. So I'm going to trim all around this. So most of the paper that I'm actually using to cover panels is going to be, I'm using 32 pound paper. And then the other ones are 65 if I'm using them for pockets or whatever. So I'm just looking for another image to use here for the flap and the back. So we're not going to probably be able to get both. And this doesn't have to go all the way, so forgot that piece. So I'm going to just cut this down so I only have a little bit over 1/4 inch of a flap here. Don't need all that bulk. That's going to help us too, so that'll be easy to cover. So let me go ahead and cover the back of this. So this time we're going to avoid this area here because we don't want to close up our pocket. So I'm going to be using my Fabri-Tac in this area and then a little bit of white glue up at the top, which I'll show you. A little bit of white glue. Just a bead along that edge, just to keep that secure. And then I'm just going to plop this down. I'm going to turn this just for my own ability to see what I'm doing, and just plop that down. Okay, give that a good press. Awesome. Oh, that was a little wide. It's okay. That's okay. I'm going to trim this off as well. Okay, so I don't think I'm actually going to cover that flap, at least not right now. But I am going to ink around this because I see a bunch of white and I don't want to see white. So let's just grunge that up a little bit. Probably just didn't get it trimmed quite close enough, but it's a little risky. You can actually, you know, cut your envelope open by doing that. So, but it's beautiful. It's going to be gorgeous. Okay, so that is that. This is this, and that is that. I always feel like, you know, Ariel from, you know, The Little Mermaid. So this is going to go. How did I do that other one? Let me grab my prototype. What did I do? So it is on. I actually have that the opposite way. It doesn't matter. So we're going to do it this way. No, we're doing it this way. Okay, so it's the same as this. So this is our first opening. So this is actually going to go right here. Like so. Oh, this is going to be pretty. I'm really debating on rounding the corners of the actual folio. I'm not sure. I mean the base. Don't know at this current time, but I am going to go ahead and glue that on. I'm going to use my white glue just because it's going to have a quick hold. I need to refill it. It's getting low. Okay. Just going to turn this just so that I can get the angle that I want. I don't want it exactly even. I want it to be, well, I think on the front I do kind of want it to be even-ish. Everything else will be wonky, but there we go. Because I thought I could put a piece of lace or something on that or decorate it somehow, which is fine. There we go. So there is our construction right there. So I have a bunch of different stuff here. So I shrunk the images down to various sizes. So some of them are down to 70%, some are 60, some are 50, just to get varying sizes for our flips. I printed my favorite tea stain paper on the backs so that we have some areas in the flip-flop journal that we will be able to do some other special things on. I'm not sure what yet, but I don't want everything to be a print. That can be really, really overwhelming. So those are our flips and flaps. We've got some that are going to flip out, some that can flip up. And then these are some panels that I thought we could use printed on 32-pound paper that we might want to break up some of the image of the base on the base pages, but I'm not sure we're ready for that today, but that's what those are for. I did cut one belly band, and then these are some pockets from the 2 kits that I bought. They're from the same maker, just 2 different ones, and I thought these would be fun to put in here now as well. Just put a couple of envelopes in. These are some images. I think these are from Calico Collage, and they're just these Christmas music papers. This image is from My Porch Prints. That's another one from her. This is from Chapter 1 Papers. So I'll probably be pulling some other things from my stash as I get going, but these are not from Chapter 1. I don't know the maker off the top of my head, but they will be linked going forward. So let's see what we want to do here. So we did a flip there, so let's go ahead and skip that. Let's do, our signature is going to go here. Oh, I should have put some tape there. It's another thing that I didn't think about, because you're gonna want to fortify your signature area. Oh, that's going to be fine because we've got that envelope folding over, so that's a little extra stability. So let's go ahead and put a flip here. No, hang on. Flip-flops are hard for me. That's going to be a signature. So that's that. And then we could put a pocket here or an envelope here. Let's score this really quick. I'm not going to use the scoreboard. When I do this, I like to just use my metal ruler. And I just kind of get it up like this, and then I just fold it manually. It's easier than the scoreboard for me, okay? Okay, I forgot one. Oh, I did do that one. Okay, so let's go ahead and give these a good burnish before we decide what we're going to do with them. Let's fold out. I'm debating on how I want to use them though, because you could, there's a couple different things you could do. One could cut the edges off and have it be a fold out, but the way these are made, it's a little bit difficult because this is kind of weird. So let's play around with it. Let's play around and see what we want to do. So that's a signature spot. So it's going to be weird upside down. That's kind of strange. So what do we want to do? Give me a second to think about this. I don't want to make a mistake here. It's too wide to go that way. Maybe we'll put these in the signature instead. Not sure how this will work. Partly it's hard for me to get my mind around how this is all going to go. because see, that's upside down and I don't want that. So I'm going to pause on that, guys. Sorry for the confusion there. So we do have some other things that we can use as flips though. So we've got this one I thought would be fun to have come down from a top of a page. So I'm going to go ahead and do that ruler trick and just get my flap here. And then as we go, we can decide if we want to round certain things. It doesn't have to be, you know, all or nothing. I think I do want to round this on all sides. Oh, that was tricky. That was not what I wanted. It's going through that, that bit that's folded over. That's all right. I didn't really give that a good scoring either, a good, you know what I mean. Burnish. Burnish is the word. Okay, so there we go. There we go. So let's go ahead and ink this up and see where we can put it. We're going to be putting lace in here. We're going to be putting some other vintage ephemera stuff that I have. Maybe even some real ephemera, I hope. Except that is not inked. That is a bummer. We're going to have to deal with that. Let's see what we can do with that. I didn't even think about the fact that that would not be inked on the other, or would not be, it would not have anything on the other side. I'm not liking that at all. So let's see about pulling over this. Let's just put that on there. Yeah. I'm going to use my white glue just because I want it to get a quick hold. I am very early to my own game here of doing Christmas stuff. I normally don't do anything that's Christmas until after Thanksgiving, but I decided to change it up this year. So that's okay. Hopefully I'm going to be able to get in that little area. So let me just trim this up really quick. Not too difficult at all. I can do it. It's always this other angle that gets me. I don't cut on this side of a line generally. Perfect. That'll work. That'll do. Let's get some ink on that where I see some white. Okay. So now we've got our little flap covered. Where there's a will, there's a way. You know what I say. So I think, so that's a signature. This would be a signature. So I think I'll put this here. So it's going to flip down from the top. So you guys can't see. Let me ink this up so you guys can see on camera where the edges are. My apologies for not doing that previously. I think I've only done maybe 2 flip-flops in all of my time this last 3 years of doing journal making, so it's definitely not my my superpower, but we're gonna learn together, so I hope that you'll bear with me. So this is going to come down from the top. Isn't that cool? Oh, I love that. Okay, so let's go ahead and use the white glue again so we can get a quick stick. Sometimes you want a quick stick and sometimes you don't. So I'm just going to try to line that up the best I can and shift it over while I can and just give that a good press. So there we've got a flip up. So that's cool. Love that. Boom. And then see how we've got, now we've got, you know, a neutral paper back there that's going to break up all this crazy color. So let's continue to move on. We'll do a couple more. So this one, I thought I had ones that would flip. I thought I had one that would flip the other way. It would flip down. I do not. I do not. So what do we want to do? I wonder how this one would look. This one would actually go good side to side. So is it too wide? Oh, it's perfect width. So let's do that. So I'm going to go ahead and get my little flappy bit. I'll have to cover it as well. Actually, I'm going to do it a little bit further because I'm going to try anyway. I'm going to get my finger in there because I don't want it to be too close to the edge. Okay. Oh, this is already covered all the way over, so that's all right. But now we've got that. Oh, now we've got that bump. So I do want to. I'm going to go back to the original fold line. Sorry, guys. Waffle, waffle, waffle. Let me see if I can cut the punch through this. Boy, oh boy, it does not like that edge at all. It does not like that edge, but we can fix it. Not a problem. It's probably, again, because I'm not really creasing it very well. So I've got a lot of bulk in there. Go ahead and ink that up. So this will act as a flip to the side. Oh, it isn't covered. What was I thinking? You guys probably saw that too, didn't you? You're like, no, you have to cover it. See if I've got another bit of something here I can cover this up with. It's all really strange stuff right here. Let's just cover it with this. Okay, easy, easy and pretty. Easy. Oh, should probably be inking these as well because it's a lot harder to do it after it's on. I'm debating. I don't think I want to round those corners because of the design. So we can go ahead and stick this right here. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and just put some glue on the back. Flap. You could also hinge these, obviously, with washi tape or something. And I think I want to go down here with this for some reason. And I'm going to pick this up because I want to make sure that it's on the fold correctly. So I'm just going to pinch that. Okay. Boom. Sweet. Sweet as pie. Okay. So let's just start with 2 flaps on each side. So then over here, we want to be thinking about signatures on this side. So this goes like this. Okay. So on this side, we could put one here. So let's do another one here. I think I want the big one. I like that. So again, we're going to, let me, I wonder if I should cover this first. Would that be more helpful? I don't know. Not big enough. That would work. Okay. I'm going to move this out of my way for the moment. Oh, that was the perfect size. Almost perfect size. Got a little bit of extra. So I'm just going to trim that off. Okay, so let me go ahead and bend that where it needs to go. Just again to make our little flap. It's going to allow us to, or a hinge. You can tell how often I do this. I don't even know what to call them. Don't know what to call them. Okay, so let's cut this off and we're going to try to round these edges again. Try to give it a little bit of a better burnish here. So I'm going to turn it the way it's going to go. just really crease that out. Okay, because I want to do all the corners on this one. I'm using the 10mm size just in case you're curious. It does not matter. Oh yeah. Yeah. Much better. There we go. Oh, I've got quite a mess here on my table. Yikesies. Okay, so I wanted to put it, there's so much going on here. Oh, I don't think I want it to go in this. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter. It's on the opposite side. So we're going to put that on there. So this time I'm going to use my fabric tack just so that I can manipulate this a little bit better. It's a little bit bigger piece. Okay. And I didn't ink this side, so that's part of my problem, which I need to do before I put this on, because otherwise it's going to be hard for you to see. Need to replace my sponge again. There we go. Now we can see it. I'm putting it right here. Okay, so I'm just going to hold this up, and I'm going to kind of go for the middle-ish here, and then I'm just going to fold this or close it and give that a good pinch right away. And again, you could use washi or something else on this, totally up to you. We might do a little bit of collage work in here. I thought it would be fun to see what we can build. Oh, I'm loving that. Oh, look at that. Okay, one more on this side, and then we'll put a couple pockets, and then we'll be done for video 1. So let's think about this. It goes like this. So don't really want to put anything on the back. So I think our last flap would have to go here. So let's go ahead and I like these people. So let's do the people. So I'm going to cover this flap again, and then we'll go on. Let me bring the score tool over here and see if I can have a little bit better success at this. It's a little bit smaller hinge because that strip was smaller, which is not a problem. So score, not cut. I have to tell myself that almost every time. Score, not cut. There we go. Get that white covered up. A little bit off there. It's a bummer. It's all right. So let's go ahead and burnish this so that we can round those corners as well. Again, you do not have to round the corners. It's just something I'm feeling like I want to do. It's a lot less of a hinge than I had planned. That's okay. So that one's going to go here. I think I want to kind of put it towards the bottom this time. I'm just going to go in for the white glue. It's not a very big piece, a little bit easier to handle. I didn't ink that edge though. I should have done that, guys. I'm so sorry. Just want you to be able to see where we're at here. Okay. So I'll be doing this on the second one off camera, just so that I've got two things going on at two projects at the same time, since I can just turn around and do that and it's not a big deal. Okay, there we go. There we go. I love it. Okay, so let's look at a pocket. I didn't really prepare much in terms of pockets. Although this would make a great pocket too, because the image is so small, but I'm not sure that I want to commit to that. That would actually also be really cool, just to, abandon the actual envelope part, but I'm not sure if I feel this one too much either. It's all that I prepared though. See how wide it is? So I think I'm going to wait on pockets. So let's just let this be the little flip out. So we've got our main flip out. This is a pocket, a very large pocket. And So it's going to flip like this. There's going to be a signature here, here, and then we're going to flip it over and there'll be a signature here. It'll be the opposite, obviously the opposite seam on either side. So so that is what we have for today. So I hope that you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.